Uh-oh. Says camera not available. What's up with that? I'm going to have to log out of this and log back in. Well, I guess it's working, so shoot, I should have had that running before. Okay. Are we alive here? Are we going? Oh well. Okay, I need my scraper. I don't know where the heck it is. Well, I guess you use a razor blade. I told you this airplane would go together by the end of the month, and it will. I got all the parts made, and stabilizer, rudder, fuselage, and all I got to do is put the wing in it. Let me get this off here. I still got remnants from the other jigging up. I used this ceiling tile to build my stabilizer and rudder on so that it didn't dent it up anywhere. This turned out pretty nice. Well, it all did. It's about the only piece that I need to make, two pieces that I need to work on before I can finish the airplane, is the bottom mold and the turtle deck. I did the pilot. I have to do the helmet yet. Remember, Vipers don't normally have a pilot, but this one's going to have a pilot. It's, I've got to paint the helmet, but there's what he looks like. Oh. Danny, if you're in the chair, get out in the garage. Dan Winship's the guy who made the helmet. And I didn't realize it, but it's the perfect size for the next size bigger than 1/8 inch. I don't know what that is. Williams Brothers pilot. And I just cut his face off. See the head there? I cut his face off, and I'm going to glue it in the helmet when I get it painted. This is trash. I'm going to use that. Of course, I don't know. I better hang on to it until I'm finished with the pilot. In case I need a part off of. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to route these trailing edges because we're going to have pocket hinges. Well, I got pocket hinges on all of them, but we're going to have recessed flaps on this one. Okay. Okay, get on there. that. Steve may come over today, I don't know. We may need this, so don't throw that out. Always a hassle. Oh, crap. Everything's always a hassle. Doesn't matter what I do, it's always a hassle. Gotta get the glue buggers off this glass. That's pretty important. I need to figure out what I want to do with the tip on this one. I want to rake it forward another 1/4 inch or not. Probably just leave it the same. It's a good wing as is. Now this one won't go together quite as fast because I'm taking my time on this airplane. It's only 18 days old, but by the end of the month it'll be one piece. And that's taking my time. Easy peasy, that's what beam wings are. First piece of wood cut, first of the year. I have to go back and look at the okay, let's see what we got here. Now this piece of glass is probably 20 years old, so there's been a lot of airplanes built on it. Somebody threw away a mirror in the trash in the alley here, and I just went and picked it out. Be better if it was 1/2 inch thick, but as long as it's flat, you know, which it is, it builds straight airplanes. Man, I hope this thing is long enough for this beam. Is it? Oh man, that would have been a disaster. Almost poked a hole in my other Simply Blues. Almost. Yeah, it'll be long enough, just barely. Okay. Yep, just barely. So center of the airplane is going to have to be, yep, this inboard. What happened to my pen? Right there. Okay. So we need my T-square. Don't need this. Okay, that's the first thing to go down is center line of the fuselage. Pretty simple. Now we got to cut the top block off of this. This still has to be hollowed. Where's my long blade? There it is. Number 22. There we go. Cut them nibs off, sand them nibs off there. Oh, this thing's heavy. Those are the marks to hollow the thing out with. Of course, you all know that. For some reason, I left a couple of knots on this thing. The only bad thing about tack gluing that on. There ain't no other way to do it. It's not one I found yet. I'll get them off. Close enough. What's the story here? There it is. Oh, what the hell is this? Steve Smith voicemail. Nothing on it. My ringer's all the way up. Didn't ring. Steve, if you're watching, you can come over if you want. What the hell's going on with my phone? I don't want to FaceTime. I want to call. There we go. All right, Steve Smith. Let's see what. Yeah, we got a spot back here. That's what the deal is. Oh, he broke that. Oh well. Gotta be careful. Of course it's plugged. Fucking bullshit. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, I called and rang twice and then there was nothing.
Well, it went to voicemail for some reason.
Oh, weird. So how are things today?
I'm fine. You can come over if you want.
What about Friday?
Should be okay.
So can I come over Friday instead of today?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it would be better. I think my wife wants to go to the grocery store.
Okay.
Can't trust her by herself, you know.
Right, sure.
All right, I'll call you tomorrow morning.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, about 2026 his airplane will be ready. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work out. Okay. See, here again, I just don't have enough damn room. Boy, it pisses me off so bad not to have any room ever to do this stuff. I need a big, huge garage. Big. Of course, this is going to be too long. Run into that. No, maybe not. There we go. Get excited for nothing. Excited for nothing. Be the last I use this. Okay. There's our airplane right there. Yeah, I haven't worked on this very hard. So now I need to jig this up. We got a line there. Okay, we need some scrap wood. There's a piece of scrap right here. Now, my knives. Where are they at? So now you need, I'm gonna move this so I can work on it here. You need 4 or 6 triangles or 90-degree squares, whatever. So there's 2. Four. And these are just disposable pieces. 6. We'll make 8. We'll make 8. 4 and 4. Okay, that is 8 of them. See 8? I don't see 8. Yeah, there's 8 there. I got 2 rooms here. I got 2. This shop is 15 by 30. But there's never enough bench area. I mean, I got too much stuff for this space. Is basically what's up. That doesn't include my airplane storage area, so it's probably 20 by 12, 12 by 20. I need a factory is what I need. Because my airplane storage area is full. They're out in the hallway hanging on the wall. There it is. Okay, that jigs the fuselage perfectly straight to the wing spar. Once the parts are cut for a beam wing, this is such a simple process. It's ridiculous. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Now, the beam needs to go perpendicular to the fuselage center line. That's 19, goes this way. You got to make sure to build it the right way. So if you're building this, as you're the nose is towards you, I always build the inboard wing to my left, because when you flip it over, it's correct, if that makes sense. But you may choose it to do it to your right, but just be mindful of where you're at with that, because that's a very bad day when you build the wing on backwards, because it ain't like a D-tube or anything like that. You're sunk. I think I'm going to put an extra stop in this. 34. So we have a center line in the crutch and a center line on the spar. You'll notice it's floating in here, and that's so you can get it squared up. The spar doesn't get glued in till the wing is built, believe it or not. I mean, I leave it floating. I'm not going to glue this in until the wing's on. And how the spar gets glued in is with the 1-inch wide rib that goes here, gets glued to the spar, glued to the side of the fuselage, and then it's locked up. And then the plate goes on, the shear compression spar goes on top of the top and bottom of this piece of basswood. And then I've been putting a piece of maple to set the bell crank in. So the bell crank is set in a piece of maple, which this is 1 inch by 3/8. It'll go in there and it'll be drawn out just for the bell crank pivot to go. It'll look like this. It'll look like that. And the bell crank pivot will go, you get 2 of those, and the bell crank pivot will go right there. Then that glues to the spar. Then the plate, the compression spar, goes on top of that, glued to this, glued to the spar, and glued between the fuselage. There is no one in the world that could pull this bell crank out of this airplane. No way, no how. The lines are going to break way before the wood will break. Okay, so now what do we want to do? I need to make some tip ribs. That's what I need to do. Tip ribs and get them squared up. So, need to look in my stash of crap. We're on the 8th. We got 8. We got 18, 20, 18. Here we go. Oh. Yeah. It'd be impossible. Well, no, it wouldn't be impossible. It just wouldn't be the same. Might as well build a D-tube if you're going to make it removable. You know, I think I'm going to do this different here again too. I want to make this the best airplane I've ever built. So I'm thinking of, you know, things is like what problems I encountered with the other airplanes as I go here. So we need that roll of paper. What happened to it? There it is. Believe it or not, this is a plan set for a Viper. This is all you need to build a Viper. Right here. That's it. You got an elevator stabilizer and a tip plate rib and then a bunch of numbers. Easy peasy. I want to measure off of this. Get over there. So I need two pieces this length right here. You know, if you guys want to see how to build a beam wing, you can watch the Billy Warwick beam wing how-to on my channel. He is the master of beam wings. Matter of fact, I will, when I end this video, I will put a link to it in a card or in the description of this video after it populates. So I'm going to need to take this out. And the reason I'm taking that out is because, okay, when you're sanding this thing in the upside down position, it's pretty well locked on the table and you can run the flat bar over it, no problem. But when you turn it upside down or right side up, it rocks back and forth because the fuselage has a taper in it. This is parallel with the datum line, but this is tapered. So in order to eliminate that problem, you take this here. You know what? We ought to draw these things on this first before I do that, so I know exactly where the spar comes out. You take this tip rib here and you make it the same shape as the fuselage. That way, when you glue it down, you can glue it down again on the glass and run the sanding bar equal, if that makes sense. Okay. That is the spar line right there where this pin is shot. Okay, so now I want the center line of the wing. One inch. 1 inch. Okay. One inch. Where are we at here? Inch and a quarter. Well, I had a weird dream last night. I dreamt I was working somewhere out of state, and the same bullshit went down again. And just as that stuff went down, United States or St. Louis came under attack. And how they did it was with, and guess who was president? Mike Pompeo. Shit. What a weird dream. Okay, so we got TELE. Yep, TELE. Yeah, it was weird, all right. So I want to see where we are here. See if it lies straight. What the hell the deal is? So it's 1 3/16. Something don't look right. Better check on it now. Center line of the wing is I'm gonna take this sandpaper off here so I can use it. Inch and a half. It's right though. It just don't look right. Inch and a half. So that's down from the datum. 1.5 inches. This ain't right. It's a good thing I caught that. That's right there. I just put this trailing edge in the wrong spot. I'd have built a warp in the wing and it would have been unhappy. Would have been a warp that I couldn't have got out. I guess the first thing to do would be to cut this so I don't make a mistake. It could have been a little tighter. Shit. Let's make a new one. That's better. Okay. 1.5 inches. All this makes a difference, I'm telling you. You know, especially on the tip. If you put some washout on the tips, airplane's junk. So if I were to built that 1/8 inch of washout on the tips, it'd have been an airplane that I have to throw away. It would have hung on the wall. It's a good thing I caught it. Unforgivable mistake. There we go. That's better. Now, now, let's not make that mistake and make it too loose for the leading edge. We don't want that flopping around. $16 watchers. That means there should be 17 thumbs up. Yeah. That's a good. It's tight. Trim a little bit here. Give it a tip tap. Trim just a smidge. So, to me, the beauty of a beam wing, as long as the glass is flat, the datum is flat, as long as your measurements are correct, we're going to draw a line down the center of this that will correspond with the 1.5 inch offset, the drop down. So this goes to the glass. You better put an arrow on it. So this is down. So you get a straight line on this. It lines up with your rib center line, which lines up with your fuselage center line, 1.5 inch down. This, because of the way it jigs up, it has to be perfect. It has to be. The only thing that can happen is like what happened with the orange VIPER, is that I doped the flap incorrectly and the flap twisted. Of course, you could do that to the wing too. If you put 1 or 2 coats differentiates of dope on top and bottom, it can warp. Well, we busted this off. But normally, if you're watching what you're doing and you're doping it right, it doesn't happen. These things stay super, super straight. I love beam wings. I built them in the 80s and 90s. I've had great success with them. Now, what happened was I got involved with everybody. So, oh, you got to do the latest, greatest thing. Everybody's flying SV-22s. I got wrapped up in that. And then I went to the Worlds in 2004 and saw Billy's Thunderbolt. And I go, oh, I got to have one of them. I got wrapped up in them big lumber wagons. And I keep trying to build a light one, but there just ain't no way. It's just too much airplane. All right, so now we need the spar set in here. The spar this is what sets the taper of your wing, is this line right here, the spar location. So the core of the spar is 3/16, so we'll draw a 3/16 slot here. Then we'll take the end of the spar, because the spar has a center line on it. Yeah, we'll put that on there. We did go to Walgreens yesterday, and I got some ladies' fingernail files, so we're in good shape there. Cut this small and file it out. And then we get to see how much problem we're going to have with the rib set I got. I think it might be more trouble than it's worth, but maybe we'll get by with it. Yep, it was a strange dream. I saw airplanes, jetliners crashing. It's odd. And it wasn't terrorists, it was another country attacking us. But you other countries, beware if you ever land here. Under every blade of grass, there's a pistol or a rifle. Be tough to take this country from inside on the ground. Okay, let's see how it fits. we're gonna have to file it. Gonna have to file it. These women's emery boards were $2.99 for 20. That's a pretty good deal. So that's what it looks like. Now, back to what I was saying. So we need this. I need the center of that so I can line it up on the once all this preliminary stuff gets done, it goes pretty quick. But as I stated, I'm trying to make this the best airplane I've ever built. All right. So I got where this goes now. Once I get this fixed, it's just a matter of duplicating it. This has got to go back in here like... Come on now, get in there. No trouble. Should have made them out of thicker stock than that. There it is. So that line goes to there. And this line goes to there. And so we can turn this thing over. And sand this, we're gonna have to cut this line here. You see how this is tapered like that? Thinner here than it is here. So when you turn it over, actually, I shouldn't have done that. I should have left. No, is that right? Let me see. Yeah, it'll be all right, I guess. turn it over, this line is correct, this line is not. It doesn't matter, it's going to get cut off anyway. But so we'll glue a piece of wood back on this and run a straight line, because I don't want to sand it with the tail down. All part of prototyping. So this gets cut off to that line right there. Yeah, I shouldn't have cut that tail off. Oh well. It gets cut off to there. So now when it's turned upside down, is that right? Won't rock. Yeah. So it goes straight. Oh, crap. Gotta get this right. I don't want to screw it up. Been on an hour and 11 minutes already. That's that, inch and a half from the datum. Center line. I just have to remember to block this up when I turn it over. Hey, thank you, Todd. We sure need those super chats. We've had very few this month. Very few. Craig Bizick was the first one. I mean, that's how few we've had. I can remember who they are. I think we've had 3 here, maybe 4. Not good. I do understand why, but it's not good. Okay, let's lay it out. Now the sweep of the wing is controlled by the location of the spar at the tip. So if I wanted more sweep, I just move this cut back. If I wanted less, you move it forward. So that all has to do with where you put your spar in the fuselage. So if I wasn't going to have a swept forward trailing edge, I would move the spar back some more. I'd move it back at 1/2 inch, 3/4, and that way the spar would come out more in the center of this rib. Let's draw this rib on here and see how this is going to work, because I got a feeling I'm gonna have problems. I got this phenolic tip blade here. Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to have problems. Might have to rethink this before I do it. No, it should be okay. We're going to have a 1/4 inch up there. Can't believe I don't have a pen that works ever. Try this one. That's better. Yeah, it'll be fine. I didn't think it was going to be, but it'll be fine. So my ribs are 3/8. These are 1/4. That means slice into the cap strip by 1/8 of an inch. That's good. Well, that's how the tip template comes out. This will work fine. So we need to get this other tip made here. Shoot. I guess it don't matter. Don't matter as long as I remember which way's down. Made this phenolic rib template. This is super nice. You could cut foam with these, no problem. Slick. Because we're going to build more beam wing airplanes now. Now that rib set, you can set up to any configuration. Now this is 11.5-inch root. Let's see what the tip is. 11.5-inch root with a 8 3/4 tip, 8.5-inch tip. 11.5, 8.5. Now let's say that I wanted this at 7.5. You just move the trailing edge forward and re-arc it. You can use the same template. It's real simple. Will there be plans for the profile Viper? I don't think so. I mean, you got to ask Steve Berry if he wants to do them. The Viper plans, the regular Viper plans are for sale right now, and we haven't sold that many of them to make it worthwhile. That's the problem with control line, you know. That's why it's going to go away. I can use that and scab out a piece, I guess. No problem. So what I want to do, yeah, I didn't want to cut that taper in that. Shit. I can just glue a piece on it when I turn it over. I went on eBay and typed in phenolic. And I bought 2 square foot of 1/8 inch and 4 square foot of 16th inch phenolic. It just comes in a square. You can use it for all kind of things. This is basically circuit board material. And it's not really that expensive, at least it wasn't on eBay. Now there's 2 kinds of phenolic. This is 1/8 inch here, and I use that for motor pads, bell cranks, kind of whatever. This will last me the rest of my life. This, unless I start making bell cranks out of it. But you can use it for motor pads. This, the built up Viper or the profile. That's what I got on my profile as a G2146. 46 would probably pull this no problem because of the weight, because it's, you know, going to be in the 50s. Anyway, make sure you get linen phenolic. Don't get paper phenolic, get linen phenolic. And it's canvas that's impregnated. See, there's a drawing of a bell crank on there. And what I was going to do with this is I was going to cut 2 of these and one of these out of the 8th, sandwich them together, glue them together with that epoxy that I got, and that way I can make the poles come out straight instead of looped around. Yeah, it's great for hot wire templates. Probably the best. You can use melamine, but phenolic is better. Okay, let's cut this up. I'll get it jigged up. I'll end the stream. And when I start laying the ribs, I'll come back. Please. See how nice everything fits? Everything got a center line on it. It's just the way to do things. Almost built some washout into it there too. Perfect. Danny, get out of the chair and into the garage. I know you're watching. Another year will pass, and if I was you, because I know that you're a fast builder, I would start another airplane. If you guys ever watch Billy Ward's Man in the Museum video done by Bob Hunt, he talks about having projects going on all year round. I don't think it's that way much anymore. I think he's basically opted out of it, but I don't think you're going to see anything new come out of Billy. Of course, he could surprise you too. He's done it before. This is a hard hobby to get out of your blood. There it is. I noticed that spar should fit in there just like that. Of course, it won't look like that when it's finished. It'll all be cut away. Even this end block I end up cutting away so the lead outs can clear. Okay, where are we at here? We need to cut this. You know what? Let's just measure. 2 7/8. 2 7/8. 2 7/8. How many marks is that? Kids are ridiculous. How many little marks is that? Perfect. Let's see how close it is to this one. Yeah, it's a way off. That's what the problem is. So let's repair this before I get going any farther. You got to glue on a piece on the bottom here. Shit, the whole length, basically. So the best way to do that would be to cut a straight line, glue a piece on, and cut it again. Okay, that's that. I'll take this piece. This is only for sanding that I'm trying to straighten this out. There it is. Has nothing to do with alignment. It has to do with sanding. This edge here. For when you flip it upside down. If I'd have been on my game, I wouldn't have cut it off. I glued it to the table. Shit. Now I gotta remake it. Oh well, probably for the best. This one here had a loose trailing edge. So, should have known better. Oh well. Okay, get another piece. It don't matter. We'll make this outboard. Outboard. Okay. Oh no, that was the good one. I gotta take a break. I can't do these on camera. I can't talk and think and do this. I'm gonna make the tip ribs. And when I come back, I'll get it laid out and we'll make but I can't do this on camera. I can't think. Can't keep track of what I'm doing. Shit, that was a good one too. This is the one I was supposed to cut straight and glue the piece on. Idiot. So we'll just make 2 more out of this piece here and I'll be done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to make these things I'll come back later on this afternoon after lunch. And basically what happens is you put the spar in, you put these tip ribs down, you glue them to the bench, and then start laying ribs, and it goes real quick. You know, that's a mindless job to do the ribs in this, but making sure this is right, and it has to be right. I can't do it while I'm on camera. Thank you for the super chats. Make sure you leave a comment after the video. And if this video helped you, hit the super thanks, the 3 dots, and then hit the little heart icon and buy me a cup of coffee, a beer. Well, I don't drink beer, but soda, water, whatever. Because this channel is going down. We're sinking. I can't believe that I got 4 subscribers or 4 members unsubscribed because I was sick and didn't put on any content. Might be more. So, like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you after a bit. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.